Hello everyone, you are welcome to Mining Knowledge YouTube channel. Today I have come with a new topic, that is blasting gallery method. Before starting this topic, please subscribe this channel for more such videos. So let's start today's topic. More than 50% of the Indian coal seams that are thicker than 4.5 meter and 4.5 meter and above thickness seam are called thick seam. To exploit or extract these thick seams with underground mining methods faces some difficulties or problems during extractions. To extract all those thick seams, even up to 8 to 11 meter thick seams, blasting gallery method is appropriate and suitable for extractions of those coal seams. Mining method with blasting gallery method produces nearly about 1000 ton per day with the percentage of extraction 75% to 85% of the total coal reserve or in the coal seam. Let's see a brief history about the blasting gallery method. In East Katras colliery of BCCL Jharia coalfield, the first blasting gallery method was started in 1987, but this method was not so successful due to the overriding of pillars. So this method discontinued. In Chhora 10 number pit in Eastern Coalfield Limited in 1987, the same method of blasting gallery method was started, and it was a good method and successful, encouraging results obtained from this blasting gallery method. But it also discontinued due to some reasons of spontaneous heating. In SCCL, introduction of blasting gallery method, and a blasting gallery method was started with collaboration of Carbonage de France at GDK 10 incline in the year 1989 for extraction of a coal seam with 11 meters thick seam. The method was very successful and a result was obtained of 85% of the extractions with high productivity. So 85% of extraction percentage was obtained in SCCL blasting gallery method. What are the principles of blasting gallery method? The basic principle of blasting gallery method is to extract the thick coal seam with conventional drilling blasting method, that is blasting is done on both sides or as well as on the roofs. And these long holes are drilled, ring holes are drilled from the galleries on both sides and also above the roof. Ring holes are drilled in rooms left between two adjacent galleries and in the sides also at regular intervals with crawler mounted jumbo drills. Blasting is done using explosive cartridges separated by inert spacers and detonating fuses, so explosive can spread all along the length of the holes to get the effective blasting and good vibration to break the coal or materials in a nice manner. So inert spacers are used to distribute the explosive throughout the hole. Remote control LSDs then goes to load these blasted materials, and after loading it transported to the nearest belt conveyor or armor chain conveyor or any other transporting system, which when transported these coals up to the surface. So this is the basic simple principles where LSD load hole dumper used, which is remotely operated, no operator required, rather operator is stand in the supported area far from the faces. The development galleries are driven at the floor of the seam, and it is important that the correct size and deep rise rooms are maintained to avoid roof controls, and several problems arises during the retreating of the panel. So the number as well as the size of the pillars to be maintained in correct manner, as the blasting gallery method is extraction with a single lift. In a single lift, total extraction is done with the percentage extraction of 75 to 80% extraction received. This is the blasting gallery method where the long hole drills are being done, and after the blasting, the blasted coal materials is loaded and transported with the help of remote controlled load hole dumper or LSD. This is the ring hole drilling pattern that has been shown here. This is the gallery you are looking at, and on both sides, right left as well as an upper side, the ring holes are drilled, and this type of ring holes are drilled nearly 1.5 meter intervals at distance to get the total explosive blasted total materials blasted all along the galleries. What are the advantages of blasting gallery methods? The blasting gallery method basic advantage is to get the full thickness of the seams being extracted in a single lift. There is no required for the multi-lift extraction. In a single lift you can extract the thick seam in a single lift. Higher production and productivity with the extraction percentage 75 to 85%. Capital investment is nominal, not so much high compared to any long haul project or any other mechanized like continuous miner project. So capital investment is also nominal. Manpower, skilled manpower, or if required, training is given with a minimum time, and easy training is given for the maintenance and the equipment operations. So not so high skilled manpower is required like long haul mining or continuous mining operations. Extraction is carried out under fully supported roof, as the remote controlled LSD are used for the transportation of the coal and loading of the coal. Safety of the workers can be fully ensured, as most of the people don't go unsupported area or go site, rather they stand beneath the supported area, and the most dangerous thing, that is the loading operations that is being done with the remote controlled LSD machines. This method can be adopted in virgin seam as well as developed seam to extract or depilaring purposes. Most of the equipment and spares are easily available, so it is another advantage of the blasting gallery method. There is very less of loss of productions with a minimum production losses when equipment is being shifted. So this is another advantages. The most highly flexible method, so blasting gallery method can be flexible with a unit operation. If blasting is being done but materials is not being transported, so next day another blasting with available phase you can blast, and the materials can be gathered, and in another way if blasting cannot be done, then materials can be transported through the LSD operation. So there is a flexibility with the several unit operations like drilling, blasting, loading operations. Even if one unit is under breakdown, production from the district will continue to come, what I have told already. The time required for the preparation of panel is relation to the total life of the panel is less than the mechanized methods. For the mechanized methods, the panel preparations require much more time than the blasting gallery method panel preparations. Blasting gallery method panel preparations does not require much time for taking any special precautions, special preparatory arrangements like long wall, gate road tailor is to be made, or continuous miner where preparatory arrangements, so many preparatory arrangements are required. What are the limitations of blasting gallery methods? The method is suitable for and preferably it is adopted in degree 1 gassy mines, but not suitable for degree 2 or degree 3 gassy mines. It is not applicable. The method is suitable only for a gradient 1:5 or flatter, as the jumbo drill, crawler mounted jumbo drill are used for drilling purposes, and for loading and transporting purposes LSD remote control LSD machines are used. So there must be the floor must be flat, or the gradient should not be more than 1:5. If it is flat, then it is very good and suitable, and the maximum gradient is allowable 1:5 for the movement of the LSD as well as the crawler mounted jumbo drill. The percentage of extraction is 75 to 80%. Still, some amount of coal left behind in the gulf, which dangerous for the spontaneous heating and causes sometimes even fire into that panel or in the gulf sides. So these are the disadvantages. What is the manner of extraction? So how the blasting gallery method is being carried out? Each pillar is splitted like normal what we do in case of gallery extraction of the or making the gallery or development of the pillars. The pillar is splitted in the normal height of 3 meter and width as per the recommendation what the gallery size is as per the depth of cover and the pillar size and gallery width relationship. The width of the splitting shall be as equal to the gallery of the district or of that panel. So this is very simple. Width may be 4.2, 4.8 and height must be 3 meter. After splitting of the pillars, the long holes are being drilled on both sides of the pillars that are splitted already, and after making free face, the long holes are drilled. The drilling and blasting operations are carried out in stages as the development is first carried out by splitting the pillars in two parts, and after that long holes are drilled on both sides as well as on the roof of the roof of the galleries. The full thickness of the seam is being extracted with the long hole drills, and after this the blasting is done at a time. Almost 33 short holes are done and explosive are inserted for the blasting operations. The drilling is done. The long holes drilled are on both sides. Varies the angle with vertical nearly about 30 degree to 40 degree from vertical towards the gop side. So this is the angle of drill hole that are made on both sides. The spacing between consecutive rings or short holes shall be 1.5 meter. From one ring hole set to another ring hole set, these distance are 1.5 meter. Short holes when are drilled in 1.5 meter distance, this with the help of jumbo drills, and they cover on both sides with half of the pillar on each side and half of the pillar on the right side. So deep side, right side both are covered with long hole drills, and in a similar pattern in another galleries. If suppose from these galleries you have making drill holes in this side and making drill holes on the opposite side, so both the splitted pillar can be taken at a time. The explosive cartridges are inserted into the long holes with taking the inert spacers for the distributions of the explosive in uniform manner for getting better explosive efficiency or explosive or blasting effect. And detonating fuse called ring cord are used for the blasting initiation process. With the number 6 delay detonators are used. After drilling is completed, short holes are charged with the explosive that are approved by DGMS. The total number of short holes are taken at a time, that is 33 at that is normal cases. Ring holes are blasted at a time, and 0.5 to 0.6 inch length that is stamped with clay at the end of the holes. That is the normal stemming procedure what you do in case of normal drilling and blasting. On completion of the charging and stemming methods or procedures, the circuits is connected with the help of cables that are inserted with the detonators or blasting cords. This connection is basically done in series, and before blasting, the installed roof support of the gop side are removed out if required, and the next support line or the reinforcement is done as per the requirement. And a thickness of coal is not less than 1.5 meter, rather as much as possible greater than 1.5 meter shall be left in between two adjacent rooms to give the natural support, as the blasted materials is to be transported with the remote control LSD operators. In that time, these small amount of ribs or barriers will provide support to the machines to protect the machines. What are the support system is used in blasting gallery methods? The roof bar set on hydraulic props on both sides. Hydraulic props are set which are not less than 6 ton capacities. and after setting all those hydraulic props, and the top of the hydraulic props, crossbars are set on the roof. These distance of the crossbars are generally 1 meter to 1.5 meter depending upon the roof conditions and the armor of the roof. And then cogging sleepers with circular cross sections are inserted into the crossbars to give the tightness, or for tightening purposes to give more tonnage capacity of the support in between two crossbars. So suitable lagging sleepers, cogging sleepers are given for the better support efficiency. So wooden cogging sleepers or wooden sleepers are used. As a precautions for dislodging of these supports, hydraulic props are tightened with the crossbar so that it cannot dislodge during the blasting operations or during the movement of the machinery. So these are tightened. What are the ventilation requirements in blasting gallery methods? Blasting gallery methods, ventilation is requirement based on the concentration of the nitrogen dioxide and carbon monoxide which are present during the blasting operations, and the permissible limit of nitrogen dioxide is 5 ppm and carbon monoxide is 50 ppm within the period of 5 minutes. So for that purpose ventilation is required. Before and during blasting, if inflammable gas is found more than 0.5% in the general body of air, blasting operations shall not be carried out until the gas is removed with the help of ventilations. So if in cases 0.5 meter and more percentage of inflammable gas is found, then blasting is stopped until it is removed away or diluted. No shot holes is charged if in a hole it is found that the inflammable gas percentage is more than 0.5% or is 0.5%. In no cases quantity of air at any working places shall be not less than 284 meter cube per minute. So for every phases it is general requirement and that the air quantity should be 284 meter cube per minute. During the extraction, telemonitoring system shall be maintained at the surface for the monitoring of carbon monoxide inflammable gases that phases and in the return airways that are found. So telemonitoring system is to be installed at the surface for monitoring purposes. No person shall be allowed to go or passes or remain at the return side of the district when the blasting operations is done till the concentration of the oxygen, nitrogen, carbon monoxide are not within the permissible limit. So no persons are allowed till the permissible limit of those gases, noxious and inflammable gases are reduced or come down with the permissible limit. Thank you for watching this. Please subscribe this channel if you like this video.